All right, forget everything you think you know about the Jetsons. We're not talking about flying cars and robot maids today. No, we are plunging deep, deep down into the abyss to talk about a secret war, a subaquatic war, fought with, of all things, bubbles.
So, how on earth did this happen, right? How did the Jetsons get caught up in an underwater civil war? Well, the answer is this wild combination of eco-punk tech, old school steampunk machinery, and one single catastrophic invention that went so wrong it turned the deep sea into a total battlefield. So, let's dive in.
I mean, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? This is not the Saturday morning cartoon you remember. This is a story that's way more chaotic, full of fizz, fury, and fallout. Okay, so we're dropping you right into the middle of the action here. The war is already raging, and the entire ocean floor has become a full-blown, bubbling war zone. Just try to picture it. The year is 2063. The Marianas Trench is no longer a natural wonder. It's been called a fizzy Flanders field. The trenches aren't filled with mud and dirt, they're clogged with corrosive weaponized foam. It's a complete and total fizz apocalypse. So how did it get to this point? To really get what's going on, we have to rewind a little and take a look at where the Jetsons have been hiding this whole time. That's right. While everyone else up top was looking to the stars, the Jetsons went down. They've been living completely off-grid in a deep-sea trench. You know, the perfect blind spot, totally hidden from any surface scanners. They're part of this secret, thriving society at the bottom of the ocean, and for a while, it was the perfect hiding place. And how they survive down there is just genius. They have this dual power system. On one side, you've got Jane's brilliant eco-punk setup. It's a saltwater electrolysis system that uses kelp filters to create clean hydrogen fuel. Basically, she turned the ocean's tides into a giant perpetual battery. But to stay really hidden, they needed something scanners couldn't pick up. And that's where Elroy's steampunk creation comes in, a massive wind-up clockwork core that runs on pure mechanics, no detectable frequencies whatsoever. And of course, you can guess who gets stuck winding the thing. George's complaint here is just perfect. It really captures the reality of their life down there. It's super high-tech and brilliant, but it's also just a giant mechanical pain in the neck. So, their setup was perfect. They were totally undetectable, completely safe. And then, Elroy did what Elroy does. He invented something. And it went spectacularly, apocalyptically wrong. And this is the invention, the atomic bubble. It was supposed to be the ultimate rust-proofer, but this little orb unleashes a chain reaction foam that literally dissolves metal on contact, turning it into what's described as rust confetti. It's an unbelievably powerful and dangerous creation. So this is how it all went down. Elroy is showing off his new invention at an expo. During the demo, one single bubble gets away. Just one. It floats off and drifts right into the factory of their biggest rival, Cogswell's Cogs. And just like that, the entire factory, the entire company, dissolves into a bubbling ruin. A whole corporate empire just gone. Now, you can imagine, an event like that doesn't just go unnoticed. You don't accidentally dissolve your biggest competitor without consequences. This one act shatters the fragile peace of the deep sea and fractures their whole society into 3 warring factions. And here are the players in this new war. You have the Spacely Suds Syndicate, led by Spacely and, get this, General George Jetson. Then you've got the survivors, the Cogswell Corrosion Cartel, who are fighting back with this nasty stuff they call Acid Owl. And finally, you have the wildcards, the Abyssal Anarcho-Foamers, a chaotic group just causing trouble with DIY weapons. Each faction has its own strategy and its own critical weakness. And let's be clear, the Jetsons are not just sitting on the sidelines watching all this happen. Oh no, they are at the absolute heart of this sudsy conflict, with every single member of the family playing a crucial role. George goes from pushing buttons at a desk to being a weary battlefield general. Jane becomes the unsung quartermaster, using her tech to power the entire war effort. Judy is running psyops, beaming out propaganda. Elroy, the kid who started all this, is now their secret weapon, working on new tech while under pod arrest. And even Astro's doing his part, herding weaponized krill. As if that wasn't enough, there's another player in the game. Mysterious unidentified submersible objects, USOs, are lurking in the dark,
just watching everything. These strange tic-tac subs sometimes offer help, but other times they seem to make things so much worse. You have to wonder, are they allies or are they just pulling the strings?
So with all this going on, this brutal, bubbling war doesn't end with a big victory. Instead, it just grinds to a halt in a messy, fizzy stalemate.
And the result is what they call a cold foam war. The trenches are permanently scarred, the economy is completely broken, and society now runs on a barter system. People are literally trading pearls for the components to make more bubble weapons. This is the new normal. And this leaves them with one last, impossible choice. Elroy, trying to make things right, creates a potential solution: the eternal neutralizer. It's a device that could end the war by getting rid of all the weaponized foam, but there's a huge risk, a catastrophic risk. Using it might not just stop the war, it might suck the entire ocean dry. Peace at the cost of your whole world? What do you do? Or is there one final mind-bending possibility? What if none of it is real? Is it possible this entire undersea civilization, this bubble war, this impossible choice, is nothing more than a super advanced simulation? A test run in some kind of giant aquatic arcade with the Jetsons as the unknowing stars? It's a question that really leaves you wondering what's actually lurking in the deep.